So you just, forgave yourself for shrinking. That means you're kind of giving yourself permission to shine. You want to shine. Let me tell you, life is all about imperfections. But if you really want to shine, you have to show up. Everyone who is present in the session has taken the first step of showing up. But they are kind of still shrinking because I would say they are not still not ready or comfortable with their imperfections. And why I say that? Otherwise, you'll show up with your video on. It's as simple as that. Just a few days ago, I'm just sharing an example. I created one video while walking on the road. So obviously, all the noise of the road was there in the video. But then that is life. That is how I or anyone moves around. So I didn't pay attention to all the noise there, but I still, you know, went on with my work. And let me tell you, that is the most watched and liked reel in the recent times. So I didn't record it in the perfect setting of the studio, but wide open in the on the road. Still, people loved it. So that's what, you know, if I am feeling that is my, you can say, imperfection. I was ready to show that. People love that. And that happens most of the times. So when you are or anybody is ready to show his or her imperfections to the world, that is when the growth comes, the confidence comes. You begin to shine. Let's take another example. You are in a meeting, you have a brilliant idea, your heart races, your palms sweat, you open your mouth and then you don't. You stay quiet. Later, someone else says something similar and gets praise for it, and you think that could have been me. Or you've written something, created something, achieved something, but you don't share it. You minimize it, you hide it. You add 10 disclaimers if you do mention it. Oh, it's nothing special. I just got lucky. Anyone could have done it. So, why do we do this? Why do we make ourselves small when we could be standing tall? So, today we are going to talk about something that might make you uncomfortable, might challenge you. And I would say all the time I'm trying to do the same thing, or you might even scare you a little. That is giving yourself permission to shine. And here's something nobody tells you growing up, that we have all signed an invisible contract. I call it the smallness contract. The terms are simple: stay humble, don't be too much, don't draw attention, blend in, make others comfortable by being less. So for Indian women especially, this contract has extra clauses. Don't outshine your husband. Don't make your mother in law feel threatened. Don't be too ambitious, or people will say you are neglecting your family. Don't celebrate your success too loudly, or you'll sound arrogant. But don't be too confident, or you'll be called बड़ा attitude है इसमें. So what do? We dim our lights. We downplay our achievements. Priya gets promoted but tells everyone, oh, they just needed someone and I happen to be there. Shreya wins an award but spends the entire acceptance speech thanking everyone else, barely mentioning her own work. Neha is brilliant at her job but never speaks up in meetings because what if people think I'm showing off? So we have been all so well trained to be small that when someone tells us we are talented, our automatic response is to deflect, like we are batting away a mosquito. No, 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 not really. But here's the truth that might sting, that fear of judgment keeps people small. And staying small doesn't protect you from judgment, it just ensures you are living a half life. Let me address the elephant in the room. But isn't it arrogant to shine? Isn't it humility a virtue? And here's the distinction nobody taught us: humility is not making yourself small. Humility is knowing your strength and weaknesses without exaggeration. Nobody is perfect. No one. Even the gods who took avatars in the human form, even they showed that they are not perfect. So, arrogance is thinking you are better than others, and confidence is knowing you are good without needing to compare. So, when Radha shares her artwork online, she's not saying she's better than other artists. She's saying, I created this and it deserves to be seen. And that's not arrogance, that's visibility. And when Maya speaks up in a meeting with an innovative idea, she's not disrespecting her colleague, she's contributing. And that's not arrogance once again, that's participation. And when Ananya negotiates for a higher salary because she knows her worth, she's not being greedy, she's being realistic. And that's once again not arrogance, that's self respect. And here's what I've realized: visibility is not arrogance, it's responsibility. It's your responsibility to be visible, not to hide yourself. Think about it. If you have a talent, a voice, a perspective, an idea that could help someone solve something or inspire someone or just be present, why do you want to keep it hidden? Because you feel what people might think. So, aren't you being a little selfish? You are prioritizing your comfort over your contribution. I know that sounds harsh, but stay with me. The world doesn't need more invisible people, and definitely not invisible women. It needs women who show up fully, who claim their space, who share their gifts, who say, I'm good at this, without 12 apologies attached. And here's the beautiful part: when you shine, others feel permission to do the same. Your daughter watches you celebrate your achievement and she learns she doesn't have to shrink. Your colleague sees you speak up and she finds her voice. Your friend notices you're unapologetic about your success and she stops hiding hers. The world doesn't dim because you shine, it brightens. So, why don't we shine? Because we are waiting for permission. We are waiting for someone to tell us we are good enough, smart enough, ready enough, deserving enough. We are waiting for the perfect conditions, the right time, more experience, more credentials, more external validation. We are waiting until we lose those 5 kilos, until the kids are older, until have a better camera, until we feel ready. And many a times, even when we get externally validated, we still don't agree because somehow we are operating from a space of low self esteem. We still don't agree that we can shine, even though other people are ready to accept that. Let me tell you that permission you are waiting for, it's never coming from outside. It always needs to come from within you. Nobody is going to tap on your shoulder and say, okay, now you are officially allowed to be brilliant. Today you are looking nice. Today you are looking good. Today you are looking confident. So today you can put your camera on. So nobody is going to hand you a certificate that says you have permission to take that space. You have to give it to yourself. And I know what you're thinking, but what will people say? Here's the truth. People will always say something. If you shine, some will say you are showing off. If you stay small, some will say you lack ambition. And if you're successful, some will say you're lucky. And if you struggle, some will say you're not trying hard enough. So you can never control the narrative. But of course, you can control yours. And let me tell you something powerful. The people who are truly secure, truly content, truly living their purpose, they celebrate when you shine. They're not threatened by your life, they are inspired by it. The people who are bothered by your success, that's about their insecurities, not your visibility. And here's the liberating truth: you're not responsible for managing other people's insecurities by making yourself look smaller. So, what does giving yourself permission actually look like? It looks like sharing that piece of writing you've been hiding in your drafts folder. It looks like raising a hand in that meeting. It looks like posting about your achievement without the fake humble caption. It looks like wearing that bright outfit you love, even though it draws attention. It looks like pursuing that opportunity, even though someone might call you ambitious, like it's an insult. It looks like saying thank you when someone compliments you instead of deflecting. But let me tell you, when you hide, you even take that permission from others to say thank you to you because you're not visible. It looks like owning your expertise instead of prefacing every sentence with, I might be wrong, but, and you have 100 different reasons to downplay you. It's scary, I won't lie to you. The first time you truly show up and shine, your hands might shake, but that's perfectly okay. Your voice might waver. You might feel like an imposter, like everyone's watching, like you're doing something wrong. But do it anyway. Because here's what happens: you shine once, and the world doesn't end. You shine twice, and you realize most people are too busy with their own lives to judge you as harshly as you feared. You shine three times, and it starts feeling less like rebellion and more like breathing. And slowly you realize this is who you were all along. You weren't becoming something new, you weren't just finally removing the dimmer switch. So the world doesn't need your smallest being, it needs your gifts, your voice, your vision, your unique way of seeing things. The world doesn't dim because you shine, it brightens. Your light doesn't take away from anyone else's. There's enough sky for all the stars. So today, right now, I'm giving you permission, even though you don't need it from me. I'm giving it anyway. Permission to be brilliant, permission to be visible, permission to shine without apology. And here's your challenge before the session. And I would say you have to do it before the day ends. Do one visible action today, just one. Share that idea you've been sitting on, speak up in that conversation, post about your talent or achievement, show someone your work, raise your hand, say yes to that opportunity that scares you, and then notice how it feels afterwards. Not during, but afterward. Note the relief, the lightness, the actually I did it feeling. Because the more you practice shining, the more natural it becomes. And the more you shine, the more you light the way for others. So I would still say stop waiting and start shining. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.